Has the suspense been killing you about what's behind this door? It really shouldn't be, because it's really not that exciting. Welcome to part 16, everybody. In this part, we will almost certainly be getting through all of these tests in Gaul and Maya Citadel, and then we will be ready to fight the final boss. I'm almost done my very first LP, guys. I'm getting excited. Are you getting excited? Because I'm excited. So, one thing I kind of wanted to talk about in this part, kind of to keep along with the fact that I'm on the final area, I kind of want to mention that I think a lot of games deserve criticism for how easy their final area is, or their final boss is. I think one game that is definitely guilty of this is Mario. A lot of the Mario games has the final boss battle being pretty much the exact same thing it always is. Or, like, the exact same thing in every game. Like, in New Super Mario Bros. U, the second last Bowser fight, not the last Bowser fight, where it's like giant Bowser, although that is also a recycled idea for Bowser. It's recycled over and over again, too. It's always giant Bowser. I'm going to die. Oh well, I need to rush and get that thing of orbs anyways. But there's the thing in the first Bowser fight in Mario U, where it's the exact same layout as the very first Mario game. They recycled that thing where you get past Bowser and hit that button to make him fall to his doom. It's stuff like that where they recycle ideas for bosses, or like they create something that's so insanely easy for a final fight. It kind of bothers me, honestly. It's just, you want your final boss fight to be a very satisfying fight, right? It's got to happen. When your final battle feels like you didn't even accomplish anything, that's just, it's disappointing, honestly. Mario is definitely a game that is guilty of this. What other game can I think of? It's definitely not just Mario. A lot of the Mario games have that issue, but games like even Resident Evil 4. For those of you who have ever played Resident Evil 4 before, it might not seem that easy, but the reason that I say it's easy is because if you buy the rocket launcher before you go and fight the boss, it is the easiest thing in the world. If you're looking for a challenge in Resident Evil 4, do not fight the bosses with a rocket launcher. Then you will actually be fighting a decent boss battle. Other than that, if you use a rocket launcher in Resident Evil 4, you're wasting a good opportunity to have a good, like, decent battle as a final boss. I feel somewhat certain that at some point I will do an LP of Resident Evil 4 because I love that game so much. I don't remember if I've mentioned this yet or not, but I think for the time, for now at least, what my plan is for my next LP is going to be either Super Mario Galaxy, or I was also thinking about doing Ratchet & Clank Up Your Arsenal. Both of which I am definitely going to do at some point. One of them I am thinking is going to be my next LP. We'll have to wait and see. I haven't made my final decision yet. But both of those games I love a lot. Probably Ratchet & Clank more than Mario Galaxy, honestly. I know I've said before that Nintendo is my primary console to play on, but even then, it doesn't have very many of my favorite games. Like, I love the Mario games. Don't get me wrong, the Mario games are always going to be my favorite series. But the problem with Mario games is they're almost always like the same thing over and over again. It's very hard to find a Mario game that's very unique anymore. Oh, I gotta rush this. Oh, I couldn't do it. There's an orb thing there, too. I guess, like, you have the different kinds of Mario games, right? Like, you have the 2D platforming, like the original 3 Mario games, and then games like New Super Mario Bros. And games like that. Then you have, like, the 3D platforming, like the first one was obviously Mario 64, and then Sunshine, and then Galaxy, and Galaxy 2. There's that bit, and then there's the party games, Mario Party, which were a completely new idea, and obviously they're really popular. You have all the sports games for Mario, like Mario Super Strikers, the soccer game, and there's Mario Baseball, and I guess you could consider Super Smash Bros. A sports game, if you really wanted to. I don't really consider it a sports game. It's a fighting game, but I don't think it's a sports game. Don't really know why I call it a sports game. But yeah, like, there's all the different genres of different Mario games, but you never find one specific Mario game that's unique. And even this game, Jak and Daxter, it's not too unique. I've already mentioned its resemblance to Banjo-Kazooie, but there's a whole bunch of games like this where it's a bunch of things you can collect. And that's my favorite kind of game, is collectathon. I am a collectathoner, and I cannot play a game without exploring everything. That is something else I think that I've mentioned. If I haven't, well, basically, if it's a game that's not a collectathon game, I have to explore absolutely everything. Let's just leave it at that. Games like, oh wait, I just did this, didn't I? Games like Dark Cloud. If you've ever heard of Dark Cloud, that's another one of my favorite games, but it involves a crap ton of exploring. Oh, there's orbs there. I need the orbs! Wait. How am I expected to get... Oh, that's the last stage. Never mind. We're good. Okay. Yeah, if you've never heard of Dark Cloud before, I anticipate that is also going to be a game that I am eventually going to LP, because that is another one that I love very much. Erin is also currently playing that. She just started that yesterday, actually. And I think she likes it. Maybe. She hasn't said anything bad about it yet, so I'm going to assume that means she likes it so far. But games where there's no clear way to play it, and you just need to do the best that you can do to beat it, I'm the kind of player that has to explore everything anyways in those games, because, as I've said, that's just my nature as a gamer. I'm pretty sure I've mentioned that before, but just to bring it up again, because it's very important to me. Yeah, in games like that, I have to explore everything. That's why I will not ever accept playing this game without finding absolutely everything, because it's not satisfying enough just completing the game, like just beating Gol and Maya without completing everything. It's just, it doesn't feel like you've beaten the game. I like the feeling of beating the game. So, like, first time I ever played this game, obviously I wasn't able to find everything on my first run, like all of the orbs and all of the power cells. it took some time for me to actually explore everything and find everything. Eventually, I did find everything, although as the text in previous episodes has spoiled, I didn't actually find everything on my own. I did lie about that, I'm sorry. Stupid text. But, it took a very large amount of exploring for me to actually be able to find everything. It's a very well laid out game, this game, because a lot of things are very hard to find, and therefore so much more satisfying when you find them. But other games like the Zelda series is a good example, because there's no clear way to play Zelda games. You just kind of do it, you know? It's a very free play game. Same with all of the sports games, you know, like Madden games or NHL games or any sports, really. There's no clear way to play sports, obviously. That's everyone knows that. You play sports inconsistently. You never play something the same way every time. But it's games like this, where there's a clear way to play it, and you find everything, and you eventually get 100% completion for finding everything. That's what a collectathon is, by the way. For those of you who don't know that. But it's games like that it's definitely the most satisfying for me to play. So, that's ultimately why I decided to do this as my first LP, was because I have so many good feels towards it. And it's always been one of my favorite games. And now we're almost done it. I can't believe I'm already almost done my first LP. I've grown up so fast. Gonna have another sentimental moment, guys. Except not actually, because that would be weird. Okay, so along this pathway here should be the last of all of the orbs in the game. This is the last scout fly in the game. And at the end of this path, I will rescue the green sage and collect the final power cell of the game. And then all that's left is the final boss fight. So, is this 2000 out of 2000? Yes, it is. And that is 101 power cells. I don't know why the game has 101 power cells. That's a little weird. There's a thing at the end of the game where it tells you to collect 100 power cells to open this door that we're going to find at the end of the game. It's kind of an extra thing to do. You don't have to open this door, but I don't know why they have 101 power cells in the game. I guess if there's one particular power cell in the game you have issues with, you can skip that and still be able to open the door. Maybe, I don't know. It just seems odd. Oddish. Gloom and Vileplume. Ah, I'm so funny, Pokemon humor. One Pokemon humor joke that I'm getting really tired of is the why not joke. You know, people say, why do you do that? And you say, why not? And you say Wobbuffet. You know, everyone knows about that joke now. I need this part to end now because my talking skills are going away again. Gah! How was that for a random noise? I don't know why I did that. Have I murdered your eardrums yet? Are your eardrums yelling at me? Your eardrums should probably come out of your ears and grab a sword and kill me. That's how your eardrums should feel about me right now. Okay, this robot is going to go up now. And we are going to finally end this cutscene and finish this second last part of my very first LP. Okay, guys, we'll see you at the final boss fight.